How much XRP do you need to retire? I'm going to answer that entire question in this video. I'm also going to look at some data from some of our top viewers and where they live and how much money they would need per year to live in those countries. And so this is going to be a really cool video. I'm actually going to show you information on the XRP circulating supply. How do we reduce that circulating supply? And obviously, as we bring value onto the XRP ledger from stocks, bonds, derivatives, treasuries, these types of things, how much will that increase the price of XRP? And let me just put all of this together for you. We need to start, the first place we need to start is here, okay? How can we reduce the circulating supply of XRP? Right now, the circulating supply of XRP as of today is 62,235,290,770, okay? So the few things that we need to understand here is that staking is currently not available on the XRP ledger, but it is coming. And as people are able to stake their XRP, that would take XRP out of the circulating supply. Also, as we start to lock up XRP in treasury bonds and other types of assets like that, that will also take XRP out of the circulating supply. Let me go through some other ways that we can do this as well. So one of the ways is to burn tokens, permanently removing XRP from circulation. Unfortunately, over the last 12 years plus, they've only burned about 13,463,000 XRP. This is probably not something that we're going to be able to see in our lifetimes. Of course, you have escrow lockups, placing XRP into time-locked escrow, similar to Ripple's current system, which is temporarily reduces the available supply. So as you can see, currently available escrowed XRP is 37 billion and some change here. If there is a way that maybe you and I could lock up our XRP in escrow and earn a reward for that, that too could help out what we're trying to achieve here, which is reducing the circulating supply of XRP. As that circulating supply decreases, the value of your XRP increases. That's a vital, important part of all this. Increased holding, encouraging long-term holding of XRP, effectively removing tokens out of active circulation. It says supply constraints, implementing mechanisms to limit the release of new XRP into the market. Not really something that we can do. Increased demand, higher buying pressure can decrease circulating supply as more XRP is taken out of circulation and held by investors. That's you and me. I've seen numbers vary from about 15 billion to 20 billion XRP that's still left on exchanges. The rest of it is either in projects or in our wallets, retail users. And of course, there's institutional users. And then imagine as banks are starting to get to a place where they can start owning crypto or holding crypto, what is that going to be like? Improve token distribution, ensuring a more and even distribution of XRP among its users to prevent large holders from flooding the market. There's not much we can do there. All right. So I asked, staking is also come to the XRP ledger. Would that reduce circulating supply? And it says staking is currently being developed and could potentially impact the circulating supply of XRP. But it's important to note that traditional staking is not yet implemented on the XRP ledger. The XRP community is exploring native staking or lending functionalities for the XRP ledger with contributions from Flare Networks and Ripple. And these are the two proposals that are in development right now to do that, right? And so that could be a big movement in reducing that circulating supply. If we start locking up billions of XRP, that is going to reduce the circulating supply, all right? And it tells us a little bit more data here. I'm not going to get too much into the weeds in this. And I asked Perplexity, if XRP is locked up in US Treasury bonds, does that take XRP out of circulating supply? So we just saw some partnership announcement with Ondo Finance and Ripple, BlackRock. They're all involved here as they bring corporate investors or institutional investors, as they come in, they participate already in treasury bonds. Somebody that has 50 million, 100 million, whatever it is, already probably locks up some of their money in treasuries because they get a nice return and it's extremely low risk compared to some other things out here. So it says, yes, if XRP is locked up in treasury bonds, it would effectively be taken out of circulating supply. This is because circulating supply refers to the number of tokens or coins that are publicly available or actively trading in the market. It also says tokens are locked up, reserved, and are not available for public trading and typically excluded from the circulating supply calculation. The concept is similar to how Bitcoin's dormant holdings like Satoshi's untouched stash are often excluded from the circulating supply of calculations in Bitcoin. And it says it's important to note that the definition of circulating supply can vary between platforms and data providers, leading to discrepancies in reported numbers. And it says the impact of circulating supply would depend on the duration of the terms locked up in treasury bonds. I want you to remember this piece right here. And then it says this type of lockup would be similar to other supply reduction methods like escrow systems or staking, which is to temporarily remove tokens from circulation. All right. Usually treasury bonds have, I think they have like 6 months, a year, and I think there's like 5 and 10 years. And those vary depending on, how much money is locked up, and the rates can vary depending how long the money is locked up. Okay. And so I wanted to get some calculations on how we actually reached, if $5 trillion USD were locked up in the XRP ledger, treasury bonds. Okay. So let's keep going here. So it says if $5 trillion in USD were locked up on the XRP ledger in treasury bonds, right? There's a $30 trillion market just in US treasury bonds. That's not including corporate treasury bonds, and there's a bunch of other ones as well. So it's not unreasonable to think that over the next 5 to 10 years that maybe, 5-10% of those bonds would wind up on the XRP ledger. So I asked simply, using the current circulating supply, what would this bring the price of XRP to if we actually had 5 trillion? And so this is saying like when you're locking up in these US treasuries, you actually need to lock XRP up and maybe a stable coin up at the same time to do that. I think you can either do XRP or a stable. So if we started locking up XRP, it would drastically reduce the circulating supply. So $1 trillion, $2 trillion worth of XRP is a lot of XRP that would be reduced out of the circulating supply. And then I said, if the price of XRP went to 1,000 per XRP, and if you own 2,000 XRP, how much would you have? The simple math here is 2 million. You'd have $2 million. Okay. The average XRP holders has between maybe like 750 and 2,000 XRP. Obviously, if you have 1,000, you would have 1 million. If you have 10,000, you would have 10 million at 1K per XRP. All right. And then how much would you need to go onto or into the XRP ledger for the price to reach 1K with the current circulating supply? And so it said that you would need basically $57 trillion locked up on the XRP ledger to reach 1,000 per token. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, what if we reduce the circulating supply from 57 billion, right, down to, 20 billion or 30 billion? What would that do to the price? And so I even have some more calculations here. So here, right now, the circulating supply of XRP is 62 billion some change. Excuse me. If half of the circulating supply is locked up, is it 62 billion? 62 billion. I said 57. I'm sorry. If the circulating supply is locked up, okay, right now the circulating supply of XRP is 62 billion. If half of the circulating supply is locked up in staking or other types of treasury bonds, what would that bring the circulating supply to? So it would reduce it down to 31 billion. And I said, using the numbers above, if $20 trillion is added to the XRP ledger through debt or other forms of securities, what would that bring the price of XRP to? All right, we're getting closer here, $368. And I said, okay, what if we could reduce the circulating supply to just 20 billion XRP, all right? Basically about 1/3 of the current circulating supply. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we actually reach Yahtzee price, okay? Now, I don't think it's unreasonable over the next 5 to 10 years to think that we can't bring at least $20 trillion onto the XRP ledger. Remember, central bank digital currencies, no matter what countries those are in, are going to add billions, if not trillions of dollars eventually to the XRP ledger through private ledgers, all right? There's also treasury bonds and other types of securities. Bank of America has trillions of dollars under management in securities. If Bank of America digitized stocks and bonds and derivatives and all that, and that value lived on the XRP ledger, that would be $5 or $6 trillion just from one bank. So to think we can't even get to 20 trillion over the next 5 to 10 years, I think is just an insane thought. It would take something catastrophic to happen for this, in my eyes, not to happen. With hundreds of banking partnerships that Ripple has, the central bank digital currency, and now all of this into treasury bonds, I think it's an inevitability. So this is how we can get to 1,000 per XRP, bringing 20 trillion and bringing the circulating supply down to 20 billion. Obviously, if we can go down to 10 billion or 5 billion, that would bring this to $2,000 or $4,000 per token just with 20 trillion, which is not crazy. All right. And then I wanted to say, so if XRP reached 1,000 per token and you owned 2 million XRP, that would be $2 million. Okay. And so right now, Ondo is offering you 4.16% APY to do this exact thing I was talking to you about: dollar yield, cash management, settlement, liquidity, and collateral, right? Fund admin custodian, BNY Mellon, funding manager, BlackRock, transfer agent, Securitize, and auditor, PricewaterhouseCoopers. And so I did the math here on if you can get 4.16% APY for staking $2 million in XRP, how much would you get per year? And the number is $83,200. So I wanted to go look at how much is the average cost of living in some of the biggest countries that you, the viewer, are watching from. And so we're going to talk about, of course, America. We're going to talk about Australia, Canada, the UK, and we're going to talk about a few other countries that I have snuck in here too. So let's take a look at what the average cost of living is in some of the biggest American cities. I put San Francisco on here because we do have some viewers from San Francisco and New York, right? And so right now, the average monthly rent, you know what? Let's go to the yearly stuff. Let's go to yearly. So taking all this information, what is the yearly amount needed to live in these two places? So it's San Francisco and it's New York City. So you would need, on average, for a single person, about $60,000. If you had a family of 4, you would need about $92,000. Now, I'm not saying that, people are not going to go out and buy big homes and spend money on cars and all that stuff. I'm just using the average person for retirement. This would get us extremely close, even with the family of 4, to live in some of the nicest places in America. And, the Bay Area is very beautiful. Yes, San Francisco is going through some rough changes, but these are still one of the most popular areas to live in America. All right. And then I even included Los Angeles at the bottom here because we do have a lot of viewers from LA. Love you, LA. You would actually need 103,000. So actually a little bit more than what you would get from the 4.16 APY, but really close, right? So if you had a side job or a side gig, or maybe your kids are helping out, something like that, you could definitely get to retirement status just by holding $2 million worth of XRP. Now, if we lived in Sydney, Australia, how much would we be looking at? And so this is not in US dollars. These are respected countries. And so I'm going to use their respected currency. So estimated yearly cost for a single person in Aussie or Australian dollars is 72,000, or it's basically 73 to 74,000. This is based on a monthly cost of around 6,000. Now, this could obviously change person to person and where you live and, how fancy your place is, but I'm just using the average person here. Okay. And if you have a family of 4, you need about 116,000 AU to do that for a family of 4. And I think okay, let's go to the next one. Excuse me. Now I wanted to use London, UK. What are people needing to, live comfortably, right? Not live in the life of luxury, but live comfortably and not have to work anymore. The yearly cost of living in UK varies depending on individual circumstances, of course. The single person, you would need about £50,000. Family of 4, you need about £82,000. So very close on the 4.16 APY. Now, there are going to be other ways to earn yield off of your XRP. And if you can get 5%, 6%, 7%, you can definitely cover all of your life's expenses just by staking that $2 million worth of XRP. And then what is the cost of living in Toronto? And so it looks like you need about 4,000 Canadian dollars per month. And yearly, you're looking at 119,000. For a family of 4, yearly expenses 119,000 Canadian dollars. Similar things, right? So it talks about food and groceries, house rent, transportation, utilities, entertainment. All of that is included. And then what is the yearly cost of living in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia? Because we do have a lot of viewers from Malaysia. Thank you so much. And so is renminbi? I do apologize to not know the currency in Malaysia. I do apologize, but it says that you would need basically RM 5,200 per month, which you're basically looking at a family of 4 of about 128,460, which is only about $29,000. So maybe moving to another country where the cost of living is drastically reduced, you could actually live like a king in Malaysia for just staking that $2 million worth of XRP. You'd actually have a lot of money left over to travel and do other things. All right. What about Bangkok and Thailand? Bangkok, Thailand. So you're looking at about their yearly cost of living in Thailand varies on lifestyle and family size, but based on the current data, it ranges from about 22,800 to 41,000 per year. And then a single person is estimated about $1,900 per month, and a family of four about $3,400 per month. And of course, that includes all of these things that you're seeing in front of you. Really cool data. And then of course, Amsterdam, my editing team and my Twitter team, a lot of people that are helping me create and put out this content, they live in the Netherlands. So I had to, of course, include them because, they do so much to make this channel possible for myself and for you, the viewer. And I really appreciate that. And speaking of that, if you want to support the channel, you can like the video. You can actually sign up as a membership on the channel to support me and all the work that I'm doing. Or you can think about joining my crypto community, which is Kryptonaires, but that's a little bit more costly per month. There's some details down in the description. All right. So how much does it cost to live in Amsterdam? It varies, right? Of course, family size, 22,500 euros to 85,000 euros per year. So it's a little on the higher side compared to a few other places that we just looked at, but average cost of living if we're looking in anywhere kind of in the US or the UK. So, putting all of this information together, right? Is it so crazy to think that we're not going to see at least 20 trillion on the XRP ledger over the next 5 to 10 years? I'm not saying like next year, but I'm saying as banks wake up to DLT and the great use cases that come along with that, and as the rest of the world wakes up to, new computer systems that can basically hack anything in the blink of an eye, we are going to move everything of value to the blockchain because that's where it's going to be more secure. If you leave the current infrastructure in place, it only takes a bad actor in some other country to develop a very advanced computer system, and the current banking system as we know it probably would collapse. Now, this might not happen tomorrow, but it is an inevitability, right? They are going to blockchain because it's faster, it's safer, it's cheaper, it's more reliable, and they have a better view of where all the money is, right? Not only is it good for regulators, but it's also good for the banks and it's good for the customers. That's a trifecta. When three great powers or when three great things come together, it's called a trifecta. I love that word. All right. This is not crazy. There's $1.4 quadrillion in public markets around the world. Stock, bonds, derivatives, real estate. That's public markets. That's not even private markets, right? We're only talking about 20 trillion. If there was only 1 quadrillion, right? You are talking about 2% of the world's value. If we're using 1.4 quadrillion, you're talking about like 1.3% of the world's value finding its way onto the XRP ledger. Is that so insane to think that we can't get to this point with all of the banking partnerships? I think this is an inevitability. The only question is how long will it take and how much XRP you actually have. But after the last 4 to 5 years being in the crypto space and understanding how incredible this technology is, you have the opportunity to front run institutions. That's never happened before with technology. This is a vital moment in your lifetime. Do not take your eye off the ball. Learn as much as you can. Grow as fast as you can, but be safe out here. There's a lot of people that are trying to work against you. If it's other communities spewing hate our way, if it's scammers trying to scam you, whatever it is, you're on your own out here, right? And you got to find people that you trust to learn from until you get to a point where maybe you are teaching this and I'm learning from you. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here the whole time. If you learned anything, let me know down in the comments if you made it to the end. I love you the best. Thank you so much. I hope this was a good insight to where I think it's very reasonable. We're going to get to these numbers before you know it. All right. Take care.